Hi, fourth graders, Mrs. Nelson here, and we're going to be working on Group 1 Math today. Welcome back. And one thing that'll be different than it has been before is I am going to have you work without Mathigon as much as possible. Now, if you feel you need Mathigon, you will need to touch base with me. I'll probably want to look at your thinking. I'll sit beside you for a few minutes. But ultimately, you do need practice on looking at these problems without Mathigon, okay? Because during tests, during other things, you will not be able to use that resource in any way, shape, or form. So you have to be able to start moving yourself into working with just numbers only. Let's go ahead and get started. And remember, you get to choose 2 addition, 2 subtraction, okay? And I would recommend that you choose the hardest problems you possibly can. Ones that require you to carry, and ones that require you to borrow. Now, when I look at these 2 numbers, all 4 numbers, I notice, hey, some, like 6 plus 1, that one I don't want to do because no carrying is required. 6 plus 7, carrying will be involved. 9 plus 6, carrying will be involved, and 7 plus 7, carrying will be involved. So any of those will be a good start. So I'm going to pick problem number 1 and problem number 3 as my 2 that I'm going to do. Okay? So I am going to start 6 plus 7. 6 plus 7 is 13. Now, I can't write a number like this. I can't do that. And I can't do this because I can't put 2 digits in a box. Can't do that. But I can put the 3 here and carry the 1. Okay? Now, I know Zern shows it underneath the 7, but I like to put mine on top. Okay? So then, what you're doing is you're going to be adding up 1 plus 8 plus 7. So we know that 1 plus 7 is 8. 8 plus 8 is 16. So we have the 16. So what you're going to do is you're going to say, well, 16 is, you can't put the 6 here and the 1 here. You can't do that. You're going to have to carry it, and then 1 plus nothing is 1. So 163. So that's your first problem. Done. Okay, let's take a look at our next problem. Okay, so I know that 9 plus 6, I'm going to bridge that. So I'm going to take 1 away from the 6 and give it to the 9, that's 10. 10 plus 5 is 15. Now remember, I can't do 15 here. No. Okay, I can't do 15 like this. No. Okay, because 5 plus 6 is not 1. I have to carry it up here. And now I can say the 1 and the purple 5, that's 15. So the purple numbers are 15. Okay, now I'm going to add the 5 plus 6 plus 1. So 5 plus 1 is 6. 6 plus 6 is 12. So I put the 2 here, carry the 1, and then 1 plus nothing is 1. 125. So those are your 2 addition problems that you're going to do. Now we're going to come down here and we're going to look at subtraction. Okay? Now again, you want to look at numbers that you are going to need to borrow. And a good rule of thumb for that would be, is this number smaller? Yes, it is smaller. It's smaller than this one. It's smaller. I'll have to borrow. Okay? These 2 are the same, no borrow. So, smaller, I can borrow. Smaller, small on top, you have to borrow. Okay? So, let's go ahead and get that started. I'm going to do 7 and 8. Those are the 2 subtraction problems I'm going to do. So, if I have 2 pieces of paper that are worth $2, can I give you $5? I only have 2, so I can't do that. So I'm going to come over here. I'm going to say, nope, I can't do that. Can't do it. That's what that means. So I'm going to come over to the 6, and I'm going to borrow one group of 10, turn it into a 5, and carry, I'm going to put that borrow that 1 and give it to the 2, and it becomes 12. 12 minus 5 is 7. Okay, and then 5 groups of 10 minus 3 groups of 10 is 2 groups of 10. Okay, so we're going to go over here. I have $1 bill. You want me to give you $5. If I only have 1, I can't give you 5. So I can't do this. I can't do it. That's my money. I can't do anything with $1 bill. I can't give you 5 if I don't have it. But in my pocket, I have 8 tens. I can borrow those 8 tens in my other pocket. Take one away, it turns into a 7, and I'll give that 10 and turn it into 10 ones. Boom, it turns into 10 ones plus the 1 that I had in my pocket, which became 11. So then 11 take away 5 is 6. 7 minus 4 is 3. Done. I did my 2 addition, 2 subtraction. Okay? So now I'm going to scroll down here, and I'm going to round to the nearest 10. Now, tell me a story. That's what I'm always looking for. Tell me a story. So 23 is in the nearest, so the nearest tens. So I ask myself, what digit's in the tens place? 2 is in the tens place. 2 is going to ask for help. And 3 is weak. He's weak. He cannot help. Mark your papers up. This story helps you. If you tell this story to yourself out loud, you will always get the problem right. So 2 is asking 3 for help, and 3 is like, no, I'm weak. I can't help lift you to make you 3. So 3 will leave, and 2 will be just the same. He'll stay the same. So he'll stay the same. And your answer will be 20. Now, how many groups of 10? You ask yourself, what digit's in the tens place? The 3 is in the tens place. That's it. So you look at the 3 and you circle everything in front of the 3, or behind the 3 as the case may be. And how many groups of 10 are 3? 3 groups. Okay. We are going to write in expanded form. So I know, I'm going to move my face out of the way and go up here with it. I know. Now remember, if I'm moving too fast, the beauty of videos is you can stop the video at any time. So please do stop the video so you can catch up and write. Alright, so now you are looking at expanded form. We have standard form. This is called standard form. That tells you how many pieces of paper in each place value you have. I have 4 Benjamins, 8 $10 bills, and 6 $1 bills. That's how many pieces of paper I have. 4 Benjamins, 4 pieces of $100 pieces of paper. I have 8 $10 pieces of paper, and 6 $1 pieces of paper. Now I need to write out how much those pieces of paper are worth in those piles. So in my pile here, the 4, that is worth, my 4 pieces of paper, my 4 Benjamins are worth 400. Now I always write plus. My 8 pile of 8 pieces of paper, those are worth 10. So 8, 10, so 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80. Those 8 pieces of paper are each worth 10. So those are worth 80. Then my 6 $1 bills are just 6. Everything is expanded form. Now you're using the greater than, equal to, or less than sign. Now how do you know which one's which? Well, it depends on how you read it. Remember, the alligator eats the bigger number. In this case, you have 272 or 122. So if I look at their place value, 2 and 2 are the same. They're worth 2. I have a 7 and I have a 2. Well, if I have 7 $10 bills, I have $70. If I have 2 $10 bills, I have 20. this one instantly is bigger. So I read that 272 is greater than, because the alligator eats the larger number, that's greater than 122. Or you could say it 122 if we're reading it this way. You would say 122 is less than 272. If we're reading it this way, we would say 272 is greater than 122. All right, that is everything. I will see you on the next video. Best of luck trying to be Group 2.